Welcome to In Detention. I'm Sean Northgrave. We have a very special guest today, Mr. Gonzalez. Mr. Gonzalez, everybody.
How you doing?
How's it going, G? How's your day going?
Oh, my day's going great. Hey, it's Friday, it's the weekend. It's going great.
Now, you're one of the people that have been here the longest. Talk about how the students have evolved over the years.
Well, over the years, you notice it when a kid comes back after being out of here 10 years. That's when you see the change. The kids now, it's the same as the kids back then. And I've been here 23 and a half years. Yeah. I guess what we're doing must be working because they come back and they're all successful, and you know, that's why you're in education.
Yeah. And do you attribute that to the high-tech community? I know that must be really rewarding for you to see these kids come back and they're all grown up.
Absolutely. Because, I mean, not for nothing, there aren't many schools where you got to chase the kids out of here at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And here, security has to make an announcement, the late buses are leaving, and they don't want to leave. So yes, I definitely attribute it to a place where you are here, you're comfortable while you're here, and that's part of the battle is getting the kid to school. Yeah. We don't have that battle.
Yeah.
They're here, they don't want to go home.
Yeah. And a lot of the kids that come back, you actually had the opportunity to coach in high-tech athletics when we still had them. Tell us about that. Tell us about how coaching was here.
Actually, I've coached the fathers of the kids that we have here. So, yeah, it was different. I mean, when we first started programs here at High Tech, for example, I'll give you a story of Vince Nardiello having tryouts. He asked a young lady if she was righty or lefty. She didn't know, so she had no glove. So he threw her a glove. She put the glove from this hand on this hand, and then when she caught the ball, she took the glove off and she threw it with the glove, with the hand that she caught the ball with. That's the way we started. But as we evolved in sports, the athletes started showing up, and this was, you know, a very successful sports program.
How is it different today than it was then? Just the atmosphere of the
school. No,
it's
like more of, you know, coaches now are under a magnifying glass. I mean, you can say anything without somebody thinking that it's inappropriate or it's wrong. You have to be able to get your point across in a totally different way than, I mean, coaches that when I played.
Yeah.
I mean, coaches back then had no problem throwing bats and helmets across the gym floor.
Yeah.
But, you know, you can't do that anymore. You can't do that anymore.
Yeah. Tell us about some of the challenges that you face as a coach today and how you faced them before as well.
As a coach today, I find that a lot of programs, the kids really are there and they're not as committed as kids in the past. When I was in high school, I played football. If you lost a game on the ride home, if some kid for some reason laughed out loud, there was like 3 other kids like really letting them have it.
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays I've coached games where kids have lost, and on the bus ride home, before you get to the first red light, they're already having a party in the back of the bus. So I feel that in a lot of sports, they don't take it home with them anymore.
Yeah.
It's more like they do it, it's there, let's get it over with. I mean, my son plays sports, and you could hear the kids on the basketball team saying, can't wait for basketball to end, baseball starting. So. Yeah. No, I wanted, I played 2 sports, baseball and football. I wanted my seasons to last as long as they could.
Yeah.
I don't see that anymore.
Yeah.
I really think that a lot of times the kid just wants to go through the motions, and he does go through the motions. That's one of the biggest difference I see in coaching now than coaching 25 years ago.
Okay, we'll be right back on Detention with Mr. Gonzalez. Stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Ms. Castanan, and I'm in detention with Sean Northgrave.
Welcome back. We're here again with Mr. Gonzalez. Now, we were talking before the break about your coaching experiences and how tough they were. Tell us about one of the more rewarding experiences as a coach for you.
Well, I've coached 5 varsity sports, which is kind of like not a norm. I don't think there are many coaches out there that can honestly say that they've coached 5 varsity sports. But my most rewarding coaching experience took place in '91, coaching the Memorial JV basketball team. Back then it was different than today. Now it's all one county. They all play in a county tournament. Back then it was the North versus the South. If you won the North, you played the team that won the South. We had played Marist in a tip-off tournament in Hoboken and lost by 3. Played Marist 2 weeks later in a regular season game, lost by 48. Well, our seasons kept going. They had their season, we had our season. At the end of the season, we ended up with a 14-7 record, and they were 27-1. We had gone down to, back then it was Emerson High School. It wasn't Union City High School like it is now. And we're playing Marist for the county championship. Now, mind you, I can understand being confident, but their coach allowed their players to go onto the court wearing the championship JV shirts during the warm-ups.
Really?
Yeah, so I kind of like really deep down inside, I was really boiling.
Yeah.
So to make a long story short, we end up beating them in the county championship. So, you know, after the game, I walked over to the coach and I said, "Coach, I love those shirts. You got the M right, but it's not the M for Marist, it's the M for Memorial. I'll buy those shirts half price from you." Well, let me tell you, the words that came out after that were choice. And
Probably couldn't be repeated here.
but the next day, I got a phone call from every coach in the county thanking me for beating that guy.
Wow.
But that's what it was. That was the most rewarding. I mean, you lose to a team by 48. They go in there with 2 eventual D1 players in their lineup, and you knock off. My tallest guy was a 5'7" Dominican kid. I mean, that was my center. So, but you know what? The kids came through, and that to me was the most rewarding part of any team that I ever coached.
That sounds great. That sounds like a movie.
Oh, well, we're in the right place. Maybe we can make it happen.
You actually went to Memorial High School, correct?
Yes, I did.
And I know that some of our other teachers, especially Mr. Meyer, also went. Do you have any good stories about the other teachers?
Yes.
Maybe even
first of all,
including Meyer,
there are students here now. One is I believe a junior. I coached her dad in high school. A.J. Gill graduated last year. I coached his dad in high school. But as a coach, you know, I started coaching when I was 16 and a half years old. I do admit that I made one mistake. I had a kind of stocky, I'm going to use the word stocky, baseball player at Memorial, whose name is Robert Myers. Now, I think you all know Mr. Myers. And, you know, Robert Myers went to every practice. I finally got Robert Myers in a game. Last game of the year. Said, "Rob, go hit." First pitch that Rob Myers saw was a home run. So I'm saying to myself, and I still say to myself, you know, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I should have used Mr. Myers more. And that to me, you know, as a coach, you always go back and say, how about if you would have done this and done that? I still firmly believe that I maybe should have given Mr. Myers, I mean, come on, one pitch, one at bat, one home run.
Yeah,
those are good
that's incredible.
That's tremendous. That's tremendous.
Yeah, that's great to hear. Well, do you have any questions for me today?
Yeah. Now that I have you in front of, let me see, 1, 2, 3, like 5 cameras, a guitar player over here, and a lovely audience over there that's looking at me. I've been trying to get your announcing person over here, your interview person, to go noodling with me. Now, you're saying to yourself, what is noodling? No, it's not anything to do with pasta. Noodling is you find the murkiest water, like let's say in the Oklahoma River, and this water is so murky that you jump into the water and you stick your arm underneath the water, and this 40 or 50 pound catfish will come and inhale your arm to about here. And then when that happens, you lift them out of the water and the whole family jumps on them, and that becomes dinner. So I've been trying to get Mr. Northgrave here to go noodling with me. At first, he was a little reluctant. I don't know if he's just trying to shut me up, but
I will absolutely go.
But I think Mr. Northgrave and I can have a tremendous time in the Oklahoma River noodling, and then we can have a nice catfish dinner after we're done.
We will definitely have to do that. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining In Detention with Sean Northgrave and Mr. Gonzalez. Hope you tune in next time.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on, Jake.
Yeah.
Oh.
Best guest ever.
Jay, we just need an ID real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Look into the keep the cameras rolling.